How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, really, how you doing? I ask every day and nobody tells me. Do I not seem like I don't care? I care. I care. How was your day today? I hope it was good. What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for checking in today. And before we get into today's video, I kind of just want to touch on a couple of things. So first and foremost, got that Discord up and going, y'all. So go ahead and check the description down below. We're gonna have a link for that there. And I made a post about it last night, which I think you can only see posts on like the computer version of YouTube. I don't know if it shows up on the mobile app. I don't ever remember seeing posts on the mobile app. But I had the basically the invite link in there. Let people know that it's open. We haven't gotten everything fully set up yet. We're going to try and get some more stuff set up on that tonight after we get this video out. So it's just a little baby Discord right now, okay? It's going to get all grown here soon. But yeah, I would totally love for you guys to join that. It's been super fun so far. Some of y'all writing paragraphs while I'm at work. Paragraphs. But I absolutely love it. So yeah, jump in there, check it out. We're going to keep growing it, trying to make more and add more stuff to it. There's already a couple of things that I want to add that aren't in there right now, like basically a helpful links channel, where I just kind of keep a bunch of things pinned so that people have easy, quick references and everything. And then just, you know, some bot stuff and a couple other things. We're going to make it a big boy Discord here soon. I promise. And then two, I kind of just want to touch on this. When I had been doing YouTube for about 2 months before I got into the beta for Dragon Raja and started playing the game. And in that 2 months, I worked and got up to like 300 subscribers. And it was great. And I absolutely love covering the games that I was doing then. And in the process of, you know, covering Raja and everything, I've gone from 300 subscribers to over 3,000 right now. So everybody that has shown me a lot of love and told me that, you know, they wish my channel was much bigger and everything, we've already had a huge amount of growth, and I absolutely love you guys. And I'm gonna, you know, keep doing whatever I can to give back to the community and, you know, help you guys out in any way that I can. And I got some other stuff that I'm working on that, you know, I hope will show appreciation how much, you know, I love you guys. So thanks so much. And let's go ahead and talk about today's video, because it's a little bit of a weird one. We've got some class announcements, some hat punching. It's a whole lot of stuff going on. And then we're also going to touch on some class balance stuff and have a little bit of a discussion there. So first and foremost, on Facebook today, Dragon Raja has confirmed that we're getting this on June 11th, which is this Thursday, which is what I had been hearing and everything. So that's awesome that that's true. They also posted a really cool video along with it as like a little teaser, and it's awesome. If you haven't watched that, go pause it right now, go watch that, and then come back, because I'm going to make some petty jokes about this. All right, you do it? Okay. So if you've already seen this video, or if you're a returning person that actually listened to Patty, I appreciate you. What is happening right here? I don't want to play the video for, you know, fear of copyright stuff and everything like that. Oop, don't you start doing it. Don't you make Patty an instant liar. But what appears to be happening right in this moment here is that a Reaper has come up on a Blade Master in the college, took one of his swords, because that ain't her sword. He then has to pull out his remaining sword and defend himself. Oh, where's it at? Before he then switches to Scythe. So, it's, I don't want to say that there's a joke in there about the fact that they put out a video of a Scythe person jumping a Blade Master, and that Blade Master having no other option but to turn into a Scythe themselves to fight back. It's kind of funny. And if that's not the situation, where'd that sword come from? Because baby girl don't got a sword. She got a Scythe. So, that's all I'm going to say. But yeah, we're getting that this Thursday. So yay! I actually got my guide out on time, and people will have seen it a decent amount before the class actually comes out. So I'm making fun of myself for not getting a fighter guide out quick enough for it to be like helpful and relevant. But yeah, so that basically covers the news front. And another thing that I want to mention that I'm going to put a link to down in the description is I finally found a site for like the CN news and everything. So if you're using Google Chrome, it'll automatically translate everything for you. So you can go in here and look at all this stuff like Petty's been doing. But there's something interesting in the most recent patch. So the most recent patch on the CN side that's coming has major professional balance changes. And we'll talk about all of those in a second. But I went all the way back to October of last year in these notes. And these are all the examples that I found. Let me actually find it. Oh, maybe this one did not have that? Come on. Did Petty play himself? I thought that looked like one too many tabs. But these are all the examples that I could find of them doing any kind of balance changes, or they call them vocational skill adjustments. So if you're using your Command F, very important distinction to make. So we've got some here, we've got some here, and this is the most recent one. So the dates on these ones are essentially December, and then this one happened in October. The game came out in June or July of last year on the CN side. So we're already past the point that it would have been for this patch to come out for us. So I'm assuming that all of the things that we see in the patch notes for these two previous patches before the major one that just came out on CN, that all of these patches essentially and skill and adjustments happened before we launched. So I'm kind of assuming that our version of the game launched with these skill adjustments already in place, because we would have already seen them in our patch cycle. And we haven't. So we can see on the CN side that, you know, in the first couple of months they had several of these vocational adjustments, and we didn't. So take from that what you will. But the thing that I really kind of want to talk about is that this is a very, very major one that they're doing on the CN side, and it's not as cut and dry what this all means. We can't exactly look at this and be able to determine who are the weaker classes right now, based off of what changes we're seeing them make here. You can do that to a certain degree, but also in terms of, you know, scaling. And you got to remember, these guys are all, you know, 110 to 120 level right now. So their stats are gross. If you've ever played World of Warcraft or anything like that, and seen the power charts and how at certain different item levels, certain classes do really well, and then they might drop off some, you know, compared to other classes, and a change of item level. And it's not just, okay, this class is always better no matter what the level of power that the character has. That's not true in like any MMO. There's always that chart, that graph that, you know, kind of bounces around, and what's optimal changes depending on, you know, the power level that you're at. So that's, you know, just a bit of game theory that is a thing and has been around for a little while. So this isn't as immediate, you know. We can see that assassins are getting all kinds of damage increases. Does that mean assassins are bad right now? No. But for real, no. It's you can't take a direct comparison like that, but it is definitely interesting for us to be able to see what those changes are. So I kind of wanted to make a video where we take a look at this and kind of see what they're changing, because this is the first time on the CN version, a game that's been out about a year, And this is their major clash balances and everything after that long development period. So there's some good insight here to get just in general. This is the Blade Master. Not too much happening here. Dance of Sakura, additional charge effect, distance 6 meters. It's cool. Cooldown of Night Sky and Chaos has been reduced to 12 seconds. Ghost Fury vulnerability decreased to 15%. Increased damage increased, to 25%. So that's it for the Blade Master changes. You could take away from that they're in a pretty good place and didn't need a whole lot of tweaking in terms of their damage or kit. So Falcon is going to be our gunslinger. Peace Arbiter can be released under control. Release all control and dominate the body for 3 seconds when released, giving them a little bit of CC immunity. That's good. Everybody needs that, thanks to Blade Masters. Pulse bomb damage is increased by about 15%. Alpha particle damage, alpha particle gun damage increased by about 25%. Thermal energy detonation damage increased by 25%. That's, before we get into the bloodline thing, that's some beefy upgrades. And gunslingers have great damage still on CN. Like, they're, considered one of the, if not the best or highest DPS class. So that's a pretty significant skill increase right there. B level bloodline, high energy explosive bombs are enhanced. The energy consumption becomes 60 to 50 points. Pulse explosive bombs cause 150 or up to 175 of the original damage. Okay. So again, just giving them more of that damage. Executor is going to be the assassin's class. Crystal Coffin can be used while being controlled. Oh, Wordling Sickle. Oh, wait, no, that was still under Gunslinger. Okay, so again, we're seeing things can be used while being controlled. I think they're starting to acknowledge that maybe Blade Masters are a little too aggressive. And again, these are changes happening on the CN side. So you global and SEA players that are like, am I about to get bullied less? Probably not for a while, champ. This came out a year into their development cycle. We might see it sooner than that, especially since we're getting Scythe, and this update is coming out like about 2 months after the Scythe class was introduced for CN. So we can potentially see it in a month or so, maybe. But that's saying something that, everybody's kind of getting that while being controlled, they can do things. So I appreciate that. That's good. That gives me hope for the future. Skills, Shadow Assault charge distance increased to 12 meters, damage increased by about 15%. Obsidian Edge damage increased by 25%. Spirit Break increased by 10%. Moonlight damage increased by 25%. And Black Rhapsody damage increased by 25%. That is a few more 25% than we saw for Gunslinger. I'm not going to immediately say that means that they were not in a wonderful place. But, ooh. Level C, Bloodline, and Hero movements have been improved. For every 10% of maximum life, the damage caused by 1.2% is increased. And for every 10% life loss, the damage taken is reduced by 1. It's up by 1% to 1.2%. So you're getting, like, at the full stacks of that, another, like, 2 or 3%. Nothing super crazy there. Ground skills, such as Black Rhapsody and Moonlight, cannot be evaded. Huh. Okay. I mean, they're already super, super weak in PvP. They're super strong in PvE. In PvP, they're pretty easily dodged, so that's cool that if they get in that range, they absolutely get hit by it. Nothing's going to save them from getting hit by it. That's cool. Still a little difficult to really use that effectively in PvP. So that's not a bad change to their kit. Twins, Soul Dancer. I think we can all make that safe bet. The magical attack transformation of the retroactive light healing amount has been increased by 20%. Clear blue marking damage increased by about 10%. Ground skills such as clear blue marking cannot be evaded. We're not even going to try and say that. I'm sorry. We'll get there one day. Impact damage increased by 15%. Phase shock damage increased by about 15%. Damage increase effect up from 8% to 10%. And then some S level. Wow, they changed all of their S level things. Hold on. So S level Bloodline, Mimir Spring. The original effect is ingraded into the basic effect of Spirit Beacon Light. If you saw our video on how they're able to spam stuff when using Mimir Spring, that's okay. So they just freed up a whole talent that made them super disgusting and put that into the whole class. Wow. Soul Dancers are going to be super gross on on CN. S level Bloodline, Mimir's Fountain effect modification. When you have time expansion, release time expansion will get an additional gain effect, which is 15% of the original time expansion effect, lasting for 12 seconds and can stack 3 times. The duration of the gain effect is not refreshed when superimposed. That's alright. And then they changed only one other one, because this is basically what S Talent replaced Mimir Spring that's now just part of the class. So they only touched one. They didn't touch all 3 of them like I first thought. Holy Communion, additional effects, dispel self-burning, electric shock, wind mark, void mark, nightmare chain, and other undesirable effects when released. Okay. That ain't too bad. So, that's all of the original classes and what changes have happened to them. What did they do with Fighters and Scythe now that they've been around for a good little while on their side? Titan's health is inherited from the player's health by 40% up to 60%, and the additional damage of Titans is reduced by 25%. An additional 25% total injury reduction in the 5th state. The punching distance of the punch is increased to 12 meters, giving them a little bit of range. King Kong cooling time, 70 seconds down to 60 seconds. Wind Thunder Strike damage increased by 25%. Wow. I was kind of curious if we were really going to see any substantial damage increases with these classes. Wind Thunder Strike to a... Really, does it just say it twice there? Okay, my teleprompter skills are A1. Y'all can't touch it. To accumulate 4% up to 5% of combined energy. 4 combo skills accumulated, combined energy 2%, 3%. So just slightly more energy coming in. But not really a whole lot. Only one thing got a little bit of love damage-wise, and then they got a little bit of health. Not a whole lot changed with the fighters. As far as the Scythe class goes, Sea Level Bloodline, Heart Energy Reconciliation, Cooling Reduction, Heart Energy Recovery, additional increase by 1 to 1.5 times. I think they're talking about mental energy right here, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So it sounds like they're just talking about the rate in which you increase or regain your mental energy, which can give you a little bit more time in Tomcat form. So that's cool, but not super game breaking. A-level Bloodline, Shadow Crow. This effect can be triggered every 20 seconds or every 15 seconds from 20 seconds. Okay, again, nothing super insane. S-level Bloodline, Energy Surge, the upper limit of heart energy increased by 100 to 200. Okay, so heart energy is mental energy. Got you. So that's not any huge, crazy, sprawling changes. The fact that basically every class except Blade Master from the original 4 are getting damage buffs is interesting. Just kind of says that, you know, at the end of the day they had to be propped up a little bit to be able to stand up with the new classes. So enjoy Scythe, guys. It looks like it's gonna be fun. When I switched from assassin to fighter, I instantly went up another 5 or so things in Dragon Slayer, not with changing any equipment or anything like that. I just went 5 levels higher, no problem, done. So there does seem to be some imbalance from the new classes and the old classes. So if I had to guess, we're probably going to see this class balance change on the global side, at least. Hopefully somewhere in the next month. Since Scythe class is coming out, they might let Scythe be really strong for a month before kind of reining everything in, but we'll see what happens. It's hard to guess what's gonna happen when you're taking a game that's already been out on one side for a while and then repackaging and releasing it. And we've already gotten things sooner on the global side than things came out on the CN side. So I don't think we're gonna have to wait until February of next year for this specific balancing. I think this is something that'll be coming in, at least in the next month or two. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Didn't mean for this one to run as long as possible, but you know, when we start getting into patch notes, we gotta start talking nerd stuff. So appreciate your face. Thank you so much. You're gonna have to catch your boy in the next one, cause we out of here. Deuces.